my goodness, we're back. Okay, so originally for my first video back, I wanted to be like makeup done, looking super cute, but no, this is what you get. No makeup and me just sitting in like the little corner of my couch, and it is what it is. I'm just happy to be back, and I've literally tried for the last like 2 weeks, have tried to vlog and get back into it, but I keep starting the vlogs like in the middle of my day. I mean, technically this one I'm starting in the middle of my day too, but in the sense of like I'll be in the car and I'll try to start the vlog there, but it's like I'm driving, I'm like on my way to usually the suite, so on my way to work, and like I'm on a time crunch or whatever. So I was like, okay, I like watched the clips back and I was like, that's not the vibes. We gotta like just do a sit down, catch up, life updates for a second. The whole video isn't gonna be me sitting here and talking, I promise. I just wanna catch you guys up, and then we can get back into regularly scheduled programming, even though I know I wasn't super consistent before, and I want to say I'm going to be consistent now, but I don't want to make promises and not follow through. So we'll just see how this goes. Let's start with life updates. One, I'm still in the same apartment. However, our lease is up next month in August, so once our lease is up, it's a little bit of a question mark as to where we're moving to. So we're just gonna leave that at to be continued. Okay, we don't know where we're going. So there's that. Aside from that, I am pregnant. Also ignore the one missing nail, okay? Like I'm literally doing my nails tomorrow. Ignore the one nail. Back to the bombshell I just dropped. Yeah, I'm pregnant. I am currently 11 weeks and 4 days, I believe. Yeah, I'm 11 weeks and 4 days, so pretty crazy. I'm almost 3 months pregnant, and we're super excited. So I feel like the first thing, because we're young, everyone always asks us like, were you planning it? Yes and no. So we weren't like planning it in the sense of like tracking my ovulation and like being super strict about it and like, you know, whatever, like driving ourselves crazy, but we also weren't being careful, like we're protecting ourselves, so we knew it was gonna happen. So when I finally got that first positive pregnancy test, I obviously freaked out. I think even if you're planning it, it's still like a shock, especially when it's your first baby. You're like, oh my god, this is really happening. So I kind of want to tell a story of like how I found out, because one of the main reasons I want to start vlogging again is because I want to have these videos to look back on. Even if I'm only posting like once a month or whatever, I want to be more consistent than that, but I'm able to look back on the videos and I can see, I'll be able to like see my body changing. I'll be able to see what I was doing throughout these next few months, like all of that. I found out I was pregnant at, I want to say it was 5 weeks. Around like 5 to 6 weeks was when I found out I was pregnant, and it was an absolute shock. Like I said, we had been already kind of like trying but not trying for a little bit, so I was honestly like, it was a little worrisome that we hadn't gotten pregnant. So whatever, I was at work and I remember for like 3 days my boobs were hurting, but like such a different pain from when you're getting your period. It was so extremely sensitive, and I get really bad periods, very heavy flows. My periods last me a whole week. Horrible cramps, horrible pain on my boobs, but this was like unlike anything else. Like the pain on my boobs was insane. So that was like my first trigger. I was like, okay. And then that same week I was supposed to be getting my period, and I was already like 2 days late. And I'm pretty regular, like when I use the Clue app, and I usually get it when it says I'm gonna get it. Maybe I'm like, maybe a day off, but like I'm pretty like, it's pretty accurate for me. So that was a little weird too, but I wasn't thinking too much about it. What really made me want to go take the test was that my boobs were hurting. I was like, okay, this is a weird thing. So I still don't take a test that day, whatever. I give it like another 2-3 days. I'm at work, I'm like, okay, this is weird. I start searching up like symptoms. I'm trying to like be like, okay, what else do I have that matches up with like I'm possibly pregnant? Really nothing else. It was really just the boob pain. So I end up going to CVS and I get a pregnancy test. I come home. I only bought one test because I've taken tests in the past and they're always negative. So in my mind I was like, I don't know, I don't want to buy a bunch like I normally do, like waste money on this and then be disappointed because it's negative. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy one. But then I'm driving home and I'm like, I have such a strong feeling that this test is gonna be positive. Like I literally was driving home and I just had a gut feeling. I was like, this thing is gonna say positive. Like I just know it. I get home instantly. I needed to pee, so I pee on it instantly. I usually set up my phone, even in all the other times where I've taken pregnancy tests and just known in my gut that like I'm not pregnant, but just in case, I've always set up my phone. I didn't even have the time to set up my phone. It was instantly positive. I was like, there is no way. So I started recording right after. Maybe I'll include some clips of that. I don't know. I looked insane, but girl, it was like instantly positive. I was like, there is no way. My jaw dropped. I could not believe it. And again, I only bought one test, so I had to get back in my car, drive to CVS again, come back. I bought like 4 tests that time, like 2 boxes of like, it was like the digital ones, like pregnant, not pregnant, like I needed to know. So I was like, okay, bought 4 tests, came home. I was about to take like another test and Ivan calls me. He calls me and he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing, like nothing at all. What are you doing? I don't want to tell him I'm pregnant over the phone, so I'm like, I'm not doing anything. And he's like, oh, okay, like I'll be home in 15. And I was like, okay, babe, well, like I'm like, I don't remember what I told him. Like maybe I told him I was eating, or I'm gonna take a nap, or I'm watching something, like whatever. Like I'll see him when he gets home. We hang up. I take another test. Of course, the second test I take, one of the digital ones, is like messed up and nothing shows up. Like it has the loading sign and then blank. I'm like, there is no way. So I'm pissed. I'm like, what is happening? I was like, this is not the time to be getting like messed up tests. No. I take another one. Pregnant. Like it says pregnant. I was like, okay, so more than likely I'm pregnant, but I'm still like in disbelief. I'm like rushing to like set up, like I wanted to set up my phone so that I can record Ivan's reaction, obviously, and I'm like planning on like what, like how do I tell him. I found out I was pregnant May 29th. His birthday is June 2nd. He gets home, he looks at me, the first thing he says is, why are your lips blue? And when I looked in the mirror, my lips were blue. I literally went from like white, like pale as a ghost. You can see it in the videos I took of myself after I took the pregnancy test. I literally went from like white to blue to purple. Like I don't know, I changed the colors. I was going through it. Okay, so he goes, why are your lips blue? And I'm like, no. He goes, what did you eat? And I go, nothing. Why? And he's like, why are your lips blue? And I was like, oh, I don't know, whatever. I literally didn't have enough time to plan anything better than this, and I just really needed to tell him because I was like literally freaking out, about to faint. So I'm like, sit down on the bed, I have a gift for you. Again, his birthday was in a couple days, so I'm like, this is like, I'm just gonna tell him I have a present for him. I'm like, close your eyes, put your hands out. He has his hands like this because he has been asking for an Apple Watch, and he thought it was an Apple Watch that I was giving him, and I'm like, dude, put your hands together. So he puts his hands out. I put the 2 pregnancy tests in his hands, and I'm like, open your eyes. He opens his eyes and he's like, oh my god. So maybe I'll insert that clip too, I'm not sure. I look literally like a mess in all those clips, so if I do include them, bear with me, okay? Ever since then, everything's been like a whirlwind, and it's just been so insane. And like I said, I'm about to be 3 months now, so I'm almost out of the first trimester. The first trimester is until 13 weeks. I'm about to be 12, so that's exciting. Everything is super good with the baby. We've done countless ultrasounds. I did, I think, like 3 or 4 like private ultrasounds. I like one of those like 3D ultrasound places, just because I died to see the baby. Or like, obviously now we've done a couple ultrasounds, but like in the moment I'm like, I just want to see baby, you know. Especially when you find out that you're pregnant so early on, it's so hard, because like you're really not showing or anything yet, you know. So it's like, am I even pregnant? Like, is this real? Like, it's such a mind fuck. Okay, but no, I definitely am. And shortly after I found that I was pregnant, I started having morning sickness, which was horrible. I would throw up every single morning, or not even throw up, I would just like dry heave into the toilet. There was one time I actually threw up my breakfast, and that's because I still hadn't like dry heaved. And I ate, because I thought I was in the clear. I was like, oh, you're good, I think I'm over the morning sickness. Ate my breakfast, nope, straight to the bathroom. I learned my lesson after that. I had to chug water every single morning, or at least eat like a cracker, and then that would make me throw up. And it's better to throw up water or at least a little cracker than to throw up your whole breakfast, you know. I'm good now, no more morning sickness. I still get really nauseous, and like what I have now is kind of food aversions. Like, I'll start eating my meal and I could like love it, like it could be Chipotle. I start eating and then like halfway through I'm disgusted, and like whatever I have in my mouth I have to spit out, and I have to just sit there for like a little bit, or like fully put the food away, wait like an hour and a half, then come back and continue eating. Anyways, that's it for this portion of the vlog, the whole life update situation. I'm gonna end this part here. I'll see you in the next clip. Good morning. I'm cracking up right now because I'm watching Ivan. Oh, he's trying to look. No. I'm watching Ivan from outside the gas station. He's inside. I told him to get me the 5 gum, or let me just hold it, like the big packs of the 5 gum, because that's my favorite gum. But I actually don't think they have it in this gas station. I just watched them walk around the whole gas station looking for it, and it was cute. Anyways, I don't remember the last time I vlogged, but I wanted to vlog today. I'm trying to find better lighting. I wanted to vlog today because we are actually on our way to an OB appointment. Today they're drawing blood, and I think also doing an ultrasound. So yeah, I'm really excited and I want to bring you guys along. Don't know how much I'll record in there because it's in the doctor's office, so I don't, you know, but definitely we'll get clips of the ultrasound. So I'm excited for that. Hi. Good morning. Now we want to hear from the father. We want to hear from the father. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I was telling Mel that I'm basically 98% sure that it's going to be a boy.
Yeah, we really think it's going to be a boy. I
do see myself as a girl dad, but I know the first one's going to be a boy. For sure. I know we're going to have an older brother. I'm going to raise a good older brother.
Yeah, the first one being a boy is always like ideal. Yeah. You know, and then the second one being a girl.
I mean, I kind of like.
Well, yeah, you had an older sister.
Yeah, I like the fact that, like, I like it when the girl is the oldest, because it kind of gets their motherly instinct to start coming out at a young age. Like, they learn to take care of a little boy. They learn to be like, to nurture them. You know?
Yeah.
So like, I like that, but I know that I could raise a good big brother. So.
Nah, I mean, whatever it is, you know, it is what it is. But as long as it's a healthy baby, but.
Oh my God, you sound like 40-year-old mothers right now.
I mean, because like at the end of the day, it's the truth. Like, I just want a healthy baby, but ideally, like, yeah.
Every time my parents say that shit, I'm like, yes, of course we want a healthy baby.
Of course, yeah.
Like, Jesus.
But I kind of want a boy too.
Yeah.
But what about when I first told you?
When you first told me,
the lighting's gonna be terrible.
When you first told me, knowing that I was being recorded kind of threw me off a little bit on my reaction. But then I kind of snapped out and I was like, bro, I'm worried about the fucking camera. Like, enjoy the moment. So then,
I think I explained it that I put the pregnancy test in your hand because your birthday was in a couple days. So I told you I had a
we already explained it.
Birthday present for you. I explained that part.
Right. Yeah, right after I got over the fact that I was being recorded, I was just like, all right, let me enjoy the moment. And so I gave Mel a hug and she immediately started crying. So I was like, well, what are you crying for? She's like, what, aren't you scared? I'm like, no, bro. So the thing is that we had been trying for like a little over a year already, almost 2 years. Not like trying, we weren't like really putting the effort and timing it and stuff like that, but we were already like, okay, if it happens, it happens. So she was worried because she was like, what if I can't have babies? Like, what if either of us, like, there's something wrong with us, like we can't have kids? I'm like, bro, just chill. Just God doesn't think we're ready yet. So when I hugged her, when she told me, she started crying. I'm like, yo, what are you crying for? She's like, well, aren't you scared? I'm like, well, why are we gonna be scared, bro? Like, God finally says we're ready. So I'm not nervous, I'm not scared. Like, we're good.
I was scared.
So yeah. And then it didn't really hit me. It's not that I was in denial, but it didn't hit me until I heard the heartbeat. And I'm like, bro, how can something so small already have a heartbeat? Like, that's already a thing. Like, that's already something alive. And
they call that the like aha moments for dads. Like, they don't feel it until they see the ultrasound.
After that, I kind of like, I got over the heartbeat, and I kind of like, okay, yeah, I heard the heartbeat, but I kind of got over it. You know, it's different for guys because we're not the ones growing it. We don't feel attached to it yet. So the second time I felt it again was when we saw his little arms and legs moving. That's like, oh shoot, like that's him now. Like, he has arms and legs.
He was moving and grooving.
Yeah, for sure. Now today we're around 13 weeks, so we should see a more developed baby today.
We make 13 on Saturday.
Right, so it's gonna be a little crazier because now we're not gonna see. It's not. What is he, like a little bigger than a lemon right now?
I think he's the size of a lime.
Yeah.
A big lime right now.
Right.
Let me see. Yeah, he's about the size of a lime. I'd say, I love how we're saying he already. We don't even know.
I know it's a boy, bro.
We're obviously gonna vlog the gender reveal too. I'm excited, but that's way later. Today is, oh shit, careful.
We're a month away.
Oh, today's the 24th?
Basically.
Today's the 23rd, July 23rd. We're finding out in a month, basically. We get the actual results the 5th though. Anyways, yes, we're on our way to the appointment. We're excited. Ivan will be vlogging, probably just on your phone, but just remember you have to vlog horizontal. We don't have to take the camera in, you gotta be horizontal. We're almost there.
He's taking over that. That's not cool.
Yeah. That's crazy. The first ultrasound, it was a smudge.
Even last time.
Yeah.
So much bigger already.
That's crazy.